That's just so I know how much yarn I need to be able to do my cast on. So I'm just gonna hold my finger right here, and then I'm gonna slip the rest of these off of my needle. And now I have plenty, length of a tail to be able to do my 20. And actually, that's probably gonna be more than I need, but I want, a little bit, like maybe 6 inches of a tail left. So right here where I was holding it, I'm gonna create my slip knot. If you don't know how to do a slip knot, I'm just gonna pinch my yarn and I'm going to twist it so that my tail, which is the piece of the yarn that's going the the loose piece, that's my tail. My tail is going behind my working yarn. That's my working yarn, and that's the yarn that is attached to the ball, okay? I made that twist. Now I'm gonna take that twist, and I'm just going to grab through the twist, I'm going to grab my working yarn and pull it through the yarn. So let me show you that one more time. I've got my yarn. I'm gonna twist it in the direction counterclockwise so that my tail is behind my working yarn, and I'm gonna keep twisting it so that I can stick my fingers through there, just like that. And then I'm going to grab my working yarn and pull my loop through. This way, if I hold on to it, I'm just gonna hang it onto my needle, and then holding my working yarn and my tail, if I just give that a tug, you can see I've got a knot, and then I can use my 2 ends to tighten up my knot. And that's how I have my slip knot. Okay, so now let's talk about casting on. So I want my working yarn to be at my left, and I want my tail at my right. And I'm gonna take my thumb and my pointer finger and just insert them under that little tent right there, that little teepee, okay? And with my pinky, my ring finger, and my middle finger, I'm gonna grab my tail. And then it's gonna go over my thumb, and I'm gonna grab the rest of my yarn with these 3 fingers, okay? So now I have my tail, this is my tail, is going over my pointer finger, and my working yarn is going over my thumb, and they're both secured in the palm of my hand, okay? There's a palm of my hand. I'm gonna secure both yarns in the palm of my hand, and with my needle, I'm gonna pull my slip knot towards me so that I have this V, or it looks like a slingshot, okay? Your palm of your hand is what's gonna control your tension. You don't wanna hold it too firmly, otherwise your yarn won't come up through your hand so that you can continue your stitches. And you don't wanna just let it loosely hang, otherwise you can't make your stitches, okay? So I'm gonna grab my 2 yarns. I'm gonna insert my my pointer finger in first so that my yarn's coming over my I keep wanting to call it my pinky. My pointer finger, and my thumb is gonna come under as well. And then I'm gonna pull them both towards me so that I have my slingshot. Okay, now I'm ready for my first cast on stitch. I'm going to take the pointer of my needle and I'm going to almost draw a line down my thumb so that my needle goes to the outside of my arm, not the inside, the outside of my yarn. And I'm going to swing it under this yarn. That's my working yarn. And I want to now bring it over to my pointer finger and do the same. I'm going to draw a line down my pointer finger, pick up the yarn on that finger with my needle, and then I'm going to bring it back through the loop. You can see the loop right there that's formed up by my thumb. I'm going to bring my needle back under there. See that? And then I can drop it off of my thumb. Don't let go with your palm, but use your thumb to pull that closed. Now I have 2 stitches on my needle. So I'm going to do that again. I've got my slingshot. I'm going to go down the outside of my thumb, pick up my yarn, go straight up, go over to my pointer finger, go straight down so that I can pick up that strand of yarn, and then just pull it towards me so that it goes under that loop, drop the loop, and use my thumb to tighten. Now I've got 3. Okay, one more again. And you'll notice that I keep adjusting my hands because I'm trying to adjust my tension. I don't want my yarn way out here because then I have to see how messy that is. I want my yarn to be fairly close to my needle, but I don't want it to be so close that it's tight and I can't move. So I would say probably about 1.5 inches is what I'm looking for. Okay. So again, I'm going to go down the outside of my thumb. I'm going to pick up this yarn. I'm going to go over to my pointer finger, draw my line down the outside of my finger so that I'm on the outside of this yarn, which is my tail. And then I'm going to pull that yarn straight towards me through the loop. There's my loop. I'm going to pull it straight through there. I'm going to let go with my thumb. And then I'm going to bring my thumb around and use it to tighten. Okay. Now I've got 4 on my needle. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time and then let you try. Got my slingshot. It's about 1.5 inches away. My needle's about 1.5 inches away from my thumb, maybe 2. I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to draw it down the outside of my thumb to the outside of my yarn. Pick up my yarn, bring it over to my pointer finger, draw my line down the back of my pointer finger to pick up this strand of yarn, which is my tail. And then there you go. You can see where my loop is. I'm going to bring the yarn that is on my needle straight through that loop. Drop my thumb, use my thumb to pick it up and tighten. Okay. I'll do a few more for you with continuous motion without talking. Down my thumb. And that's it. That's all you have to do. There's my cast on. You'll see my stitches are on my needle. If I turn them a little bit, you're going to see these V's. See those V's? Those are my nice stitches. Come on, there you go. Those are my nice knit stitches there. And I've got my stitches on my needle. I'll flip it over so you can see. That's my wrong side. This is my wrong side, and I know that because I've got these little purl bumps. And I'm gonna explain that to you in the next lesson. But these are my purl bumps, so that is my wrong side. If I flip it over, these, when we knit them, is gonna become my stockinette side or my knit stitches. And that's it.